The Omagh Waterford Peace Choir, a collective formed in the wake of the Omagh bombing, recently performed a special show at the Grace Fellowship in Dundalk to launch their new live CD and DVD. The Democrats sat down with musical director Phil Brennan, as well as members of the choir, to learn more about the group.
My name is Phil Brennan, I'm from Waterford. My link with Omagh goes back to 1998 when the bomb occurred in the town of Omagh. Got very friendly with a family there, the Gallagher family, whose daughter Claire was severely damaged by the bomb. She lost her sight in the bomb and she's become best friends since. We sang at her wedding, she asked me to do the music and I got a group together from Waterford and Omagh 3 years ago, and it's the choir formed as I'm from that day, and she asked that we keep the group together and we have done. So it's going from strength to strength and we're enjoying it. At the time of Omagh, I think we can all remember where we were that day. I remember my family had a business in Gorey and I was sitting in watching it on television unfold, and I think an awful lot of people down south just felt that we'd had enough of this, that everything that happened in Omagh that day was just horrid, and to think that it happened in the name of Southern nationalists was just sickening. And I think when I got to know Claire then, I realised the sort of human impact that a bomb can have just on one family, on Claire, her parents, her sisters, her brother. Just the futility of war and how just crazy the violence was. And we felt very forcibly that there was time for a different signal in Ireland. There's Catholics and Protestants in the choir, there's those of Unionist and Nationalist persuasion from north and south, and I think the symbolism of that alone, but the music in many ways says more than what the choir can say. The music, I suppose when the harmonies come together and when the sound comes together, all the different sounds unite as one and send a very strong message.
My name is Elaine Gallagher and I come from Omagh, and I am a member of the Waterford Omagh Peace Choir. Phil was asked to put a group together for my sister's wedding actually, and from then we just sort of built upon the choir, and it's just been going ever since. It's very relaxed, you know, it's not you have to sing this and you have to sing that. It's a very relaxed way of, you know, it's fantastic. You just feel really comfortable and you just fit right in, and nobody has an overpowering role, you know, over anybody else. You just feel part of a big family, really. From growing up in Northern Ireland and obviously growing up through the Troubles, it's important to recognise that there needs to be those cross-community projects, and people need to realise that there isn't a difference, and that's why I love being part of the choir, and we all do. We love the message of peace and reconciliation and togetherness that we can share through our music, that no one is different. Yes, we may have different religions, come from different places, but we're all there for the one message and we all want the same thing. The choir is my complete inspiration in everything that I do, in my job, in every day. You know, if I have a bad day, I just think about the choir.
The choir is a potent symbol for the fact that out of something as outrageous as what happened in Omagh, good can come. And our music and our harmonies sort of represent a different day when divisions can actually be healed, when people can work together and promote an environment where peace and justice prevail. There are 14 from Waterford and there are 14 from Omagh, so roughly half and half, and we meet up about 6 times every year, and we see it sort of gathering a momentum. It's a momentum that goes beyond the choir. Like our music speaks for itself, but we enjoy the buzz. But when we sing at events and when we perform in front of people, something happens and people seem to like it and people seem to respond to it. And we try to bring that piece further afield as well. 2 years ago the choir were very involved with building orphanages in Sri Lanka, and we're directly involved with 5 different orphanages. So we'd fundraised, we'd raised money, but we got out there and we sang in the 5 different orphanages, and that was a brilliant experience. And I suppose the members believe, myself included, that we can actually make a difference, and no matter how small our contribution is, that it can make an impact and it can improve the quality of life of others. Pastor Hassan from here was in Stormont last Easter. We did a concert on Holy Thursday night in Stormont, and it was our second concert there, and it went well, and he invited us after that concert, and it's been great that it's worked out that way. And Alan Kirk, a good friend of ours from Belfast, he knows Pastor Hassan from here, and he edited our DVD and CD that we're launching here tonight. So just good contacts, and we find we've been asked to do a lot of things, but we we choose very carefully because it's very hard to get the choir together at the same time. So we're very selective what we do, and our criteria is not how big the event is, but how genuine the contacts are. And we felt here the contacts were very, very genuine, and we felt that we'd be not just looked after, but that the venue would be an appropriate setting for us to get our message out. And having seen it there, we're fairly confident that the venue won't let us down. If we fail, it won't be the venue's fault.
For me, the choir is a big part of my Christian life, if you want to say, because I've grown up in a Christian family, and the songs we sing are really, really important to me, because even if I can't get to church, you know, every so often, the choir is still there for me to listen to the songs and to sing with the choir, and the message of the songs is really important. And it sort of gives me an out, you know, during my uni course, because I'm doing medicine, so it's pretty stressful. And at the weekends, I just look forward to relaxing and being around people that are like-minded and want the same thing, you know. And I think hopefully it shows in our performances, you know, because we're all great friends and we keep in contact even if we're not doing a concert, you know. We do have a lot of lively songs, and we like to do a bit of dancing and boogieing, but we have our quiet moments as well. And I think we put an emphasis equally on both sorts of songs, you know, because for the quiet ones we like people to be able to sit back, relax and just listen to the words, or close their eyes or pray and meditate, whatever they want to do. We did a concert in Stormont. It was at Easter time, I think, of this year, and a guy, Alan Kirk, has done the producing of it, and he's done a fantastic job. And it just came about that we thought, you know, it'd be great to have a live recording of the choir, because I think it picks up the atmosphere really well in a live recording rather than a studio recording. You know, there's no feedback from the audience when you're doing it that way. So we just decided to do a DVD then as well while we were there.
We have a website, but we've nothing on the website. But we hope to update that and get that going in the next few months. So they could directly ring me in Waterford on 087 994 7921, but the website is www.omagh-waterford-peacechoir.com. So hopefully that'll be up and moving in the next while. I have first-hand experience of how difficult it is out there in the current climate in Ireland, and I think we're facing unprecedented times. I think the things that we invested our security in, not just financial security, but our holidays, our cars, our big house, the whole lot, in many ways the bubble has burst. And people, maybe that's a time of opportunity, and maybe people need to, I'm not over-religious or anything, but I do think there's a need for people to have a spiritual dimension to their lives, that the material alone will not give happiness, and we know that. And through the choir and through our music, we try and create some sort of spiritual peace, and whatever way people have of finding that, I think true contentment and happiness lies in avenues that promote peace.